Welcome in, everybody. I'm Noah Castor, and as always, I'm joined by Joe Ramos, Brandon Hudson, and Darren Kinslow, and we are the Benchwarmers. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. We're chilling at around that 200 range, so it'd be nice to get to another milestone. And shout out to Macy for supporting the channel. With that being said, let's get right into Week 15. Not a very exciting game on Thursday night. Jets and Ravens, there was talk about Lamar Jackson sitting. I know Brandon had talked about that a lot, so I don't know. It's pretty simple. Even if they sit Lamar Jackson, I got Ravens all the way.
Yeah, I'm going with the Ravens, too. That's a pretty easy pick for me.
Yeah.
I think you should start RG3, to be honest, but...
Give him a little rest.
Yeah.
I don't usually talk about teams like this when a big team's going up against a little high school team. Maybe not even that. But no, the only reason why I think that they maybe even thinking about sitting Lamar is the fact that they just want him to rest. It's the Jets. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, the Jets have done some stuff during the season that surprised me, but it's not enough to where it's like, oh, the Ravens are going to lose this game. I see him more or less playing Lamar for a little bit. Once they start getting up to a decent number, they're like, okay, let's sit you down now at that point. But I'm going Ravens on this one.
Ravens, that's all it is. That's all I got.
Ravens, yeah. All right, next up we got Bears-Packers. I'm going to end on this one, so I'll send it over to Darren.
I'm going with the Packers. I was surprised. I didn't get to watch the Redskins game, but I was surprised by the final score.
Mm-hmm.
They only beat them by 4 or 5 points, but I still think the Packers get it done.
I'm going with Gotcha. I'm going with the Packers. I'm going with the Packers on this one. I knew Noah would get a little surprised, like, what?
Wait a second.
No, I'm going Packers on this one. They look good this season. I'm very impressed with what LaFleur's done with them. And the Bears, I mean, they just need that quarterback and maybe a little bit more work on the offense. That defense is still doing what they got to do. But definitely the Packers on this one.
10-point win in Lambeau.
10-point win in Lambeau. All right, so you got Packers on that one?
Yes, sir.
The Bears are going to beat the Packers on Sunday. It's going to happen. I don't like what I saw against the Redskins. I know a win's a win, but I'm not happy at all. You beat the Redskins by 5 points. When am I supposed to be fucking ecstatic?
I did.
Don't be Tom Brady now.
I know.
Don't be that negative Tom.
I know
that's why Gronk didn't come back.
I know it's a win, but you go up 14-0. I'm feeling really good. I'm like, oh, this game's over. And then you mustered all of 6 points throughout the rest of the game. It's not good enough for me. The Bears are coming off a high. They're on that run the table. I mean, I think the Bears really beat the Packers. I'd like for them to not beat the Packers. But
I don't think Mitchell could handle it, though.
That's true. The Packers' defense has really impressed me this year, but the offense has lacked a lot. So I got Bears. Hope I'm wrong, but that's
Patriots bug.
That's my one hot take of the day. Next up, Patriots-Bengals. Going back. Nah, I'm going Patriots. The Bengals suck, dude.
My question is why have a film crew?
Oh,
the worst team in the league.
Here we go.
That's all I want to know.
Well, yeah.
It's one of the worst teams in the league.
Exactly. So why would we be recording this?
Exactly.
They still broke a rule.
They did.
I mean, I still have the Patriots, no doubt, but
Yeah.
why do you... I understand if it's Texans, Chiefs, Ravens, one of those teams. It's still cheating, but maybe I get it then, but the Bengals...
The best explanation is the guys that were filming for the crew didn't know that it was something wrong to do. They didn't know they broke a rule, even though they broke a rule, but it is what it is.
It's the Patriots, though.
Yeah.
Either way, it's the Bengals, and I'm going to go ahead and skip over Darren for a second. I'm going Patriots just real quick.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Patriots, too, but... Gosh, the offense is hard to watch. The refs were really bad last week, but there was plenty of opportunities. I mean, Jacoby Myers had a touchdown. Marshall Newhouse, why is he still on this team? He lets the block field goal happen. Gosh, it's frustrating to watch, especially when our first-round pick is getting 2 snaps in that game in an offense where we need weapons. So I hope they're able to turn it on, get Harry more involved. I'm going Patriots, though. This is still the Bengals.
Before I move on to that next one, I think you're seeing the end come to Tom Brady because he's starting to get beaten by the younger quarterbacks in the league. He's been beaten by Deshaun, Lamar, and Patrick, the youngest quarterbacks that are leading their teams. And Patrick is also the youngest quarterback to go into Foxborough. And 2 out of the last 3 years, the Chiefs have beat the Patriots in Foxborough, so I think he is on his decline.
What's Mahomes' record against the Pats?
I'm not on that, though. I'm just saying. He's not.
Keyword
he's not
Patriots, not Tom Brady. Tom Brady.
Yeah, I'm not on Tom Brady. I'm just talking about the Patriots in general. Tom Brady's still able to do his thing. Yeah, he's not performing like he has been, but you also got to look, like Noah said last week, he doesn't have the same weapons that he's had.
Yeah, definitely.
It's hard to, especially when you're, 45, it's hard to when you don't have the weapons.
Yeah, we were just talking about. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if he goes somewhere else next year, just because I know
He wants weapons.
Yeah, and he's frustrated.
Yeah, this
Especially
is
when we have-
Bill Belichick's scheme. He's keeping N'Keal Harry off the field. That way Tom Brady looks horrible and he goes somewhere else. That way Bill Belichick doesn't have to deal with Tom Brady anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Straight facts.
Maybe.
No, I don't know. I think Tom Brady has another good year in him. Next up, Seahawks and Panthers. God, I should have picked the Rams. I should have done it, dude. I knew the Seahawks. They do something great and they beat the Vikings, a really good team, and then they do that against the Rams and give it to the Rams. They looked really good, but the Panthers suck. I don't know. Go Seahawks. I hate the Seahawks.
I love them, man.
I'm gonna go with the Seahawks too. I think they had a really rough week. The Rams game was kind of a trap game. I was a little bit nervous about picking the Hawks, but I think they bounced back this week.
Do I go Panthers?
Oh.
Noah goes Seahawks on this one. No, I'm going Seahawks on this one. Yeah, Noah nailed it right on the dot. The Seahawks, they win against a really good team and then perform. Now, but that's the thing though. The Rams, I mean, they haven't looked like a star team this year, but still, I mean, the Rams found a way to do it, and they just had a good week. Is all just like the Broncos found a good way to have a good week against the Texans. It just happens.
Yep.
But I'm gonna go Seahawks on this one.
I trust Russell. I trust what he's doing. Yeah, it was kind of a fluke last week. I mean, Rams, Todd Gurley had a pretty good game.
Yeah, he did.
I didn't watch all of it because it was kind of boring. But I just think the Seahawks have too many weapons not to win this game.
Yeah, and I was convinced watching that game that the Rams called about 4 plays and ran them just the same 4 plays.
They look like that team that they were last year.
They looked really good.
You keep a defense out on the field, you're going to get tired, and eventually that run game's just going to get to you.
Yeah. Next up, we got Texans and Titans. This is a huge game for that division. Obviously, they play again at the very end of the season. The Titans have the Saints after this, so we'll see. I still think the Texans are probably going to pull this division out, but in this game, I'm going to take the Titans.
Whoa.
I am. The Texans coming off a demoralizing loss. I do think they bounce back and they look really good, but man, Ryan Tannehill looks awesome. So I'm going to go Titans on this one. I think Derrick Henry does a lot of work, and I just think they squeak out a nail-biter.
Yeah, the Texans kind of had like you were just saying earlier, had a similar game like the Seahawks did last week. But I do think they are the better team than the Titans, so that's why I'm going with Houston.
I'm going Texans on this one as well. I mean, from when I picked them all season, let's be honest, that's the only thing that's held me back. No, but the Texans, I mean, they, like you said, they had a rough week last week, and the defense, all it took was the defense to just show up one time or a few times in the first half, and that game would have been over, and I guarantee the Texans would have won. But Drew Lock came in. He knew what was on his mind. Just playing the first huge game against a huge opponent, and just came out and dominated. Tannehill, I know he's doing the same exact thing. He's coming out and dominating, and by far right now the Texans are a different team than the Raiders defense, and the offense is the same as well. So I'm going Texans on this one.
Mm-hmm. Joe, what do you got?
Tennessee.
Tennessee?
You hit everything I was going to say. You hit it. So, I mean, they're riding the high.
Yeah.
They're at home. I think the Texans start out how the Chiefs did when they played them. Just because they're kind of similar. They got that high-powered offense, a really good scrambling quarterback when they need to be. They'll start off, and then they'll make that one crucial mistake where it just flips, and then the Titans will take it at home.
Yeah, definitely. The Titans really don't make many mistakes with Vrabel at the home, so they're a really disciplined team. Next up, Dolphins-Giants. I do not care. Giants.
I'm going Giants.
Giants.
I think Eli Manning has a good game.
Oh, yeah, he is back.
I mean, he didn't have his first half last week was pretty good.
Yeah.
He looked good.
So, Giants, man.
Eagles-Redskins also don't really care. God, how are the Eagles still in the playoff hunt? That division's horrible. Eagles.
I'm going to go Eagles, but
Don't be surprised.
Yeah, don't be surprised.
at this point, I wouldn't be surprised. They barely beat the Giants in overtime.
And I kind of feel bad, though, because they have, 2 receivers that are healthy right now. Alshon just got put on IR. It's bad.
I'm going Eagles on this one.
Yeah, Eagles.
Next up, Broncos and Chiefs. Darren, what do you got?
I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
Appreciate that.
They're a much better team than the Broncos. Like I said last week, Drew Lock does bring Denver some juice, but and it will be cool him coming into his hometown.
Awesome.
But I think the Chiefs will win it.
Yeah, I agree. Chiefs are going to win this one. Like you said, they had a really good week last week. I believe in Drew Lock, I really do, but I don't see it being. I mean, even with this hometown, it's still the Chiefs' hometown, and it's not going to change anything the Broncos are going to do.
And I like how the Chiefs' defense starting to get back to their pass rush because they were struggling at the beginning of the year, but
That front seven looks good.
I mean, Frank Clark's finding a way when he's sick, losing 12 pounds, and he's sick, getting Ivy on the sideline.
Gosh, dude.
Him, Okafor, and Chris Jones, when they're all healthy, it's almost unstoppable. At least pass rush. Run defense.
It's not looking.
It's not looking terrible. It's improved.
You're
no
going to
doubt.
give up big runs, but it's definitely.
They've definitely
tell the
improved
difference.
just because of Noddy and Chris Jones filling up the middle. I mean, I think the Broncos have a few big plays because, it's football. It's going to happen. They'll score. But I think Drew Lock's first game at home, he's a little too excited. And then with the decibel level up at Arrowhead, it's going to be hard for him to play. So I'm going to take my hometown team and Patty Mahomes.
My hometown team, I like that.
Take me home.
I think this is going to be a really good rivalry for the next decade, Drew Lock and Patrick Mahomes.
That'll be nice.
But Patrick Mahomes is going to get the better of him this time. Drew Lock just has not as great a supporting cast. So
And game
I
experience.
got the Chiefs. Yeah, definitely. So I got the Chiefs in this one, but don't be surprised if these two are battling it out for the next decade in that division. Next up, we got Buccaneers and Lions. Jameis Winston's weird, man. I don't know what's up with that guy. He's great and he sucks all at the same time. It makes no sense.
like you said, that he's filling up every single stat line.
Every stat
Interceptions
line.
included.
I got Buccaneers. The Lions are just a shell of themselves. I'm not sure when Matthew Stafford's getting back, but I don't really think it matters at this point. The Buccaneers' offense is really good. Mike Evans is going to be out, but they still got Chris Godwin, so I got Buccaneers.
I'm going with the Buccaneers too. Let's have a big game for Jameis, my fantasy team.
I'm going Bucks on this one as well.
5 touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
Buccaneers. Bucks. Next up, Browns and Cardinals. A lot of talk around OBJ, not even participating in huddles anymore.
Next year.
Our two teams will be fighting over that, guys.
Yeah.
But the Browns are more talented, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Cardinals win this one. But I'm going to go Browns. I think they're maybe kind of starting to find themselves, but they just need a new head coach. I'm going to go Browns.
Yeah, Kyler Murray's kind of he's been good, but he has been having games where he's down like last week. Yeah. I think he has a good game against a bad defense, so I'm going with the Cardinals.
Going Cardinals. Nice.
I'm going Cardinals as well on this one. Like you said, he has up and downs, but he definitely wants to end this season off right and show that the Cardinals that he can do something later on in the future. I'm gonna go Cardinals in this one.
I want to see Baker have a big game. He still needs that big game this season. And I think he breaks it out against the Cardinals.
Got more commercials than touchdowns.
Hey, you can't tell me you're not laughing at those commercials.
Those are pretty. They're pretty funny. They're pretty good. I said Browns, right?
Yeah.
Next up, Jaguars and Raiders. The Jaguars
Raider Nation
are awful. The Raiders have fallen off a little bit. I think people are starting to figure out what the Raiders are and what they're doing. If Derek Carr's still the quarterback, they're not going to do much. But I got Raiders on this one. The Jaguars are worse.
Yeah, I'm going to go Raiders, too. I think they get Josh Jacobs going again.
Yeah, I'm going Raiders.
I feel like if Derek Carr actually had really good playmakers besides Josh Jacobs, that he'd actually be able to be a better quarterback.
Maybe if he
exactly, that's what I'm saying.
So.
But I'm still going to take the Raiders over the Jags. They're at home off a loss, so they're going to try to be pissed off and come in and win this game.
All right, next up, Vikings and Chargers. I'll have Darren start this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Vikings here. I don't really have too much to say on it. I think the Vikings win.
Vikings.
Phillip Rivers sucks. I mean, Kirk Cousins, he's not a primetime player, but he's doing better than Phillip Rivers is right now. I'm excited to see what you have to say right now, though. So I'm taking the Vikings.
I'm going Chargers.
Okay.
I knew it. Yes, I told you. I'm reading it like a book. I sat there and stared
at me.
I was staring at. No, I was giving the smile.
I
like,
can
he's
also
going
feel
Chargers.
it though under the table because he's shaking his leg and it's touching my ankle. So I'm
ready,
like, oh,
dude.
he's
I'm
ready.
But this may be the Green Bay Packers fan in me hoping the Vikings drop another game. It doesn't really matter though. The Packers are probably going to win that division either way. But Phillip Rivers had a good game against the Jaguars, albeit the Jaguars. But if they get Austin Eckler involved in the passing game and Melvin Gordon controls the clock, who knows? They might pull one off
They could
here.
definitely win.
So they could 100%.
They could.
I think they're a very talented team. It's just Philip Rivers has been
Inconsistent.
god awful this year. But if you can pull something together, and it is in LA, but we all know that LA home field isn't really a home
It's
field
also
advantage.
16,000 people, so it's not like they can get that loud.
Yeah. But I don't know. It all depends on what Kirk Cousins can do. He's looked really good. I'm just waiting for it. I'm waiting for him to come back to Kirk Cousins town. So I got Chargers, hopefully. Next up, Rams and Cowboys. Rams.
I'm going with the Rams. Two teams, one's riding on a high, the other going low, so I'm going Rams.
I'm going Rams as well. This one, the Cowboys, I mean, I don't know what to think of them. I really want to say that they're a good team, but they have all the good players, like we always say every week. They have the players. They just can't find a way to find some of the ones that they need.
Yeah, Garrett will be gone next year.
Yeah.
Joe?
I'm going to take the Cowboys.
Cowboys. Wow.
They are at home.
They're at home.
Gerald.
I don't know. I
America's
just
team at
think that. I don't know. I just feel it. There's
He
not
has a
much
feeling.
explanation to it. I feel like Dak and Zeke just
He
have
feels the
something.
Dak attack.
You know, Zeke's gonna score a touchdown and do the
I hope he
Dak
does.
dance.
I hope he scores about 4 of them. It's the
Fantasy, yeah.
championship. Yeah.
All right, next up, Falcons 49ers. 49ers.
Yeah, that's easy. 49ers.
49ers.
Jimmy G.
Jamie G. Next up, Bills and Steelers may not be as clear and cut as we think. The Steelers have been winning games, albeit against pretty poor competition, but I don't know how they're winning games. The Bills coming up with tough loss against the Ravens. I just need this Bills offense to do something. If this Bills offense could get going, they could be a really deadly team. I think they will get going against the Steelers. I'm going to go Bills by, I say, a field goal.
Yeah,
It's not gonna be much.
I think it will be a pretty close game. The Bills' defense was able to slow down the Ravens
Yeah.
a little bit, but their offense just couldn't get anything going. So I think they do a good job against the Steelers.
To me, the Steelers they don't have the defense that the Ravens have. I'm sorry, but Bills are just going to win this one. And I mean, with the way that the defense did hold them in that game, I think this is the game that the Bills get going and they start doing something big on offense and they just blow them out.
I'm gonna take Steel City at home. Why not?
Steel
Mix it up.
City.
Mix it up.
Mix it up, dude. I like it.
I mean, they're finding ways to win games, and it's not like you said, the Bills' offense isn't
It's not
really
great.
doing.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they could go off in this game and really give a moment, but with how football has been looking this year, anything can happen at any point. So I'm just gonna take the Steelers.
Next up, Colts and Saints. The Saints are at home. That's a tough game for the Colts. I think that this is going to be the end for Indianapolis in that division and their playoff hopes. I think the Saints run away with this one.
Yeah, I do too. At home, it's going to be really hard to win, so I'm going Saints.
I'm going Saints as well.
Jazztown.
Nice. All right, that does it for Week 15. Can you guys believe we're at Week 15 already? That's
I'm
freaking
kind of ready for the playoffs.
crazy.
I'm
I don't know if
excited.
I'm ready for the playoffs.
Because
dude.
I know it's
I'm not ready.
about
Yeah, I was
to
saying,
end.
I'm not ready for any of this. I'm ready
Packers
for
are-
the first game.
Packers are losing first round, so I'm not ready. I don't know why. I'm really down on my team today.
I know.
I don't know what it is,
Picking
dude.
against
I'm
them.
down
now
on
you're
them.
First round exit.
They need to show me something on offense. I know it's the Bears defense.
he was
but-
Telling me.
He was swinging the helmet around. He was pissed
the
earlier.
Redskins, dude.
We can't run against. Never mind. Never mind. Never
You
mind.
two. Let's be honest, me too.
Joe's just sitting pretty over here. That's fine. That's awesome.
I mean,
All
I'm 9-4, but it's also like take what you can get.
Chilling. I think this Chiefs team is better than last year's Chiefs team.
I think
If
they're
we
getting
had-
there.
The same offense last year, but this year's defense.
I think if they just had the offensive line the whole entire season, they'd be a hell of a lot better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I think that was the
tough.
big turning point
Yeah.
for them. Is if they wouldn't have lost all the linemen they had, then
Mitch Morse.
Yeah,
it'd
they
been
lost.
That was a
huge
bit,
for 'em.
he's in freaking Buffalo now too.
He's having a good year, but they lost Tardif and they lost Fisher for an extended period of time, so that was tough for
And
them.
Fisher hasn't shown really anything since he's got back. Neither has the Tardif either.
Number
So
one pick,
they're sucking.
Eric freaking Fisher. Ridiculous. All right, that does it for Week 15. It's going to be exciting. Playoff season's coming. Playoffs are coming. If you haven't subscribed already, be sure to do so. I already mentioned that in the beginning of the video, but never hurts. It's been the Benchwarmers, guys.
deuces.